Hello and welcome to Beyond the Bubble. I'm Darren Barnett.
And I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's get started with some of the top news around campus. Last Saturday, Berry celebrated its 7th annual World Music Festival. Although the event had to relocate due to rain, performers of African, Indian, and other styles of music still had a chance to showcase their talents.
In sports news this week, the topic is Berry football. The two top prospects for Berry's head coaching position made their official visits to campus and held open discussions in the Science Auditorium. Tony Konzewski from LaGrange College and Rick Fox from Drake University took questions from students and discussed their plans if hired for the new position.
Speaking of football, our top story relates to the proposed new stadium across the parking lot from the Cage Center. Plans to begin construction have been put on hold after a pair of bald eagles arrived and built a nest near the site. Viking Fusion's Rachel Wheeler has more on how the college plans to accommodate this protected species.
During the past few weeks, Berry has welcomed its newest avian additions. 2 bald eagles have nested in a tree located at the edge of the Cage parking lot. According to wildlife protection guidelines, there is a required buffer zone of 660 feet of protection surrounding the nest of a bald eagle. However, the eagles chose a nesting location in much closer proximity of that to the busy roadway of Martha Berry Highway. Dr. Renee Carlton of the biology department commented on the location of the eagle's nest in regard to the proposed stadium construction.
So, I believe where the stadium's going to be located is outside of the buffer zone, and because football activities normally take place before eagles start breeding, should be okay.
Berry College President Stephen Briggs addressed questions concerning the buffer zone and the placement of the stadium.
We chose that site because it best optimized parking, sewer lines, plumbing, drainage issues, utility access, security, all those sorts of things. There's 6 or 8 different factors you're looking at. So that was a great site, but it's not the only site.
As deliberation surrounding the location of the stadium progresses, Berry will continue to make accommodations for its feathered guests. For Viking Fusion News, I'm Rachel Wheeler.
Thanks, Rachel. In one final bit of news, the campus was shocked last week to hear of a racial hate crime that occurred in the Deerfield Residence Hall. Following the incident, several student leaders have come forward to talk about what happened. You can find their comments as well as coverage of all the stories and events we've talked about on this episode, right here on Viking Fusion.
Until next time, I'm Ashley McDowell.
And I'm Darren Barnett. Thanks for joining us.